When it comes to driving, some roads are more like a gamble with fate. From cliffside routes that hug treacherous mountains to narrow paths with massive drops, these roads are not for the faint of heart. Each stretch of pavement has a story, marked by danger and disaster. Buckle up as we take a wild ride through the most dangerous roads on the planet, where every turn could quite literally take your breath away. The Karnali Highway is known for being one of the most dangerous roads in the world. Travelers might expect a typical journey through the scenic Karnali region of Nepal, but the reality is far from ordinary. This highway stretches for 144 miles from Birendranagar to Jumla, connecting remote towns in a region that's barely developed. As vehicles navigate the narrow, unpaved road, passengers have to see the steep cliffs and sheer drops just inches away from their windows. The highway's conditions are unstable, with potholes, landslides, and flooded sections that make sure you're holding your breath throughout the ride. Drivers have to deal with roaming livestock, limited visibility, and the constant threat of accidents, which claim at least 50 lives each year.
हेलो गाइज, यो चाहिँ हाम्रो कालीकोटको है के रे जाजर खतरा आयो यार।
Traffic authorities have banned night driving on the Karnali Highway because of the high risk of fatal incidents. Reports indicate that many drivers and passengers have had to make quick decisions to avoid hazards, a crucial skill in navigating this treacherous route. Despite its dangers, the highway remains important for communities, so it's still in use, and chances are it always will be. Cahill's Crossing in Australia's Northern Territory is known for its unbelievably dangerous conditions. This road, which provides access to the remote community of Arnhem Land, is infamous for its unpredictable tides and the lurking danger of crocodiles. During high tide, vehicles are often swept away into the water, which is pretty terrifying on its own. But what makes it even worse is that massive crocodiles are just swimming right on top of the road area.
Very impressive.
These powerful predators are known to dominate the waters, and their presence raises the stakes for anyone attempting to navigate the area. Drivers have to figure out how to get past the combination of strong currents and crocodiles, which makes this crossing one of the most dangerous in the world. That's just Australia's outback for you, where adventure can quickly turn into a life-threatening situation. Tucked away in Siberia, Russia, the Vitim River Bridge is one of the most thrilling and terrifying crossings in the world. This old train bridge crosses the Vitim River, featuring a rusty metal structure and decaying wooden planks, which can become dangerously slippery because of the frequent ice in the area. The Vitim River is a major section of the Lena River. It is only 6 feet wide and teeters over the icy waters below. It has no railings or safety features to protect those brave enough to cross. Since it was built for trains, the bridge has no modern safety barriers, making the narrow path especially nerve-wracking for drivers. Allegedly, the structure has gone without repairs for 4 decades, forcing travelers to take matters into their own hands, which is why it looks the way it does right now. The bridge spans 1,870 feet and stands about 50 feet above the water, barely wide enough for one vehicle. It carries the BAM Road, one of the toughest adventure routes left on the planet. During winter, the wood turns into an ice slick, complicating the already dangerous crossing even further. Do you think you're a great driver? If you could navigate a truck full of passengers along this horrifying road, you would be. Kaburabat Pass is a high mountain pass located in Tajikistan's Gorno-Badakhshan region, standing at an elevation of 12,637 feet. This pass is part of the Pamir Highway, known for its breathtaking views and challenging terrain. The whole thing spans 36.72 miles, stretching from Kal-Aikum to Kalai-Kusain. At the summit, there's a famous abandoned bus station because it's so hard to get up there. The road leading to Kaburabat Pass is primarily the M41, the Pamir Highway, with most sections paved, except for those approaching the mountain passes.
I was opening up, eh?
Kaburabat Pass presents significant challenges for drivers. The road has suffered substantial damage from erosion, earthquakes, landslides, and avalanches. Because of the hairpin curves and dangerous drop-offs and the fact that there are no barriers between the road and the cliffs, this part of the road isn't open to the public. One mistake here can lead to deadly consequences. Guoliang Tunnel, located in the Taihang Mountains of Henan Province, China, has quite the reputation. This reputation stems from the way it's constructed, the dangerous location, and the difficult driving conditions. Originally hand-dug in the early 1970s over 5 years, the tunnel was created by a small group of villagers using basic tools like hammers and chisels. The tunnel stretches approximately 0.75 miles in length, with a height of 16 feet and a width of 13 feet. These narrow dimensions make it tough for vehicles to navigate safely. The tunnel is carved into a steep mountain side, with open edges that drop off into deep gorges. This cliffside positioning has earned it the nickname, the road that does not tolerate mistakes. The windows in the tunnel, originally intended for ventilation, provide light but also expose drivers to the sheer drop outside, increasing the risk of distraction.
Traffic, only you can walk in here.
Before the tunnel's construction, access to Guoliang village was limited to steep stairs carved into the mountainside, isolating residents from the outside world. Today, while the tunnel has transformed this isolation into a tourist attraction, it still retains its reputation for danger. Cañón de Cotahuasi, located in the department of Arequipa, is known as the deepest canyon in the Americas, plunging over 11,004 feet into the earth, making it more than twice as deep as the Grand Canyon. This remote canyon separates the Solimana and Capuna mountain ranges, and from it, you can get a full view of the canyons made by the Cotahuasi River. The journey to the canyon is not for the faint-hearted, but once you're through, you get breathtaking views of the surrounding terrain. There are also hot springs and waterfalls, along with the remnants of pre-Incan agricultural terraces and ancient mountain trails. The road through Cotahuasi Canyon is particularly challenging, featuring narrow, unpaved paths with hairpin curves and steep drop-offs. Built in the 2000s, the winding route stretches 21.74 miles from Cotahuasi to Kuchula, but only 4x4 vehicles can possibly make their way through. What's crazy is that you can only drive on this road in the extremely dry season. If it's not, you won't get any traction and might just slip into the mountain below, becoming a permanent part of this insane mountain. Driving the treacherous Fairy Meadows Road in Pakistan is an adventure that will leave you confused. Do I focus on the beauty I'm seeing or scream at how scary the ride is? Deep in the Gilgit-Baltistan region, this high mountain track is a 9.94-mile unpaved road that runs from the Karakoram Highway to the village of Tado, near the stunning Fairy Meadows, which sits at an elevation of about 10,827 feet above sea level. Fairy Meadows Road is renowned for being one of the most dangerous roads globally. In 2013, it was ranked the second deadliest highway in the world. The road features a particularly treacherous 6-mile ascent, where drivers navigate an unpaved and uneven track with no guardrails. With a width no greater than a standard Jeep Wrangler, the risk of falling off a cliff is always going to be there. Although a 4x4 vehicle can tackle the initial stretch, the final approach to Fairy Meadows is something you'll have to walk for. This road has never been repaired since its construction, which was spearheaded by Brigadier M. Aslam Khan and local villagers centuries ago. It remains a private toll road and is accessible only during the summer months, typically June and July, as it closes during winter and may be blocked by snow at other times. The drive to Fairy Meadows culminates in an unforgettable experience for those brave enough to embark on it. The meadows serve as a base for trekkers aiming to summit Nanga Parbat, the 9th highest mountain in the world, which can be great, but travelers should approach with caution, bringing plenty of courage for this extraordinary journey. Passage du Gois is a unique 3.29-mile road in the Vendée department of France, connecting Noirmoutier Island to the mainland at Beauvoir-sur-Mer. The road is famous for flooding twice daily under 4 to 13 feet of water during high tide, making it accessible only 1.5 hours before and after low tide. The rest of the time, it's completely underwater. Originally constructed in the 16th century, it is now a national monument. Caution is required when driving, as it can be slippery because of all the seaweed, and trucks and buses can only travel in one direction. If they don't, they might just disappear with the road itself. While a lot of these roads are dangerous because you might literally fall off of them, this one's dangerous because of the people on it. Traffic jams in Vietnam can be just as treacherous. Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are notorious for their congestion, where motorbikes and cars crawl along narrow streets during rush hour. While the average standstill lasts around 30 minutes, the worst jams can stretch to 2 hours. Rain complicates matters further, leading to flooding and making it tough to find a taxi. Vietnamese drivers have learned to navigate this chaos, but the stress and frustration of these daily gridlocks are real, proving that traffic congestion can be a serious hazard, even in the cities. So if you're in Vietnam, it might just be better to walk around instead. Would you ever risk it and venture out on any of these crazy, dangerous roads? Enjoyed the video? Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Amazing Blaze and turn on notifications so you never miss a thing. Can't wait? Check out one of the videos on screen right now.